Hi, it's Carter Man, and I am out here in the cold. It's really cold. Freezing, as a matter of fact. So you might be saying to yourself, well, if it's so cold, what are you doing out there? Well, it's to make a point. It's to make a point. I want to show you how cold it is because I want to urge you to join me in urging the members of Congress, matter of fact, demand that the members of Congress leave that little midget shyster, Zelensky, out in the cold and tell him to stop trying to rip off money from the United States. Look, this has gone on long enough. $200 billion to a losing war effort that never was necessary. I'll get to that in a second. Never was necessary is far beyond too much, and it's time to call a halt to it. So today you had Zelensky, the little grifter, in Washington, meeting with Biden, and Biden once again handed him the ATM machine. And then he went down to the Senate, and where, of course, once again, McConnell and Schumer bowed down and sucked up to a little grifter. To a little grifter. Oh, and by the way, Senator Tillis told us he checked with him, and it's not true that he just bought a new yacht. So he asked Zelensky, a notorious liar. You remember Zelensky? How many times has he told us, keep spending the money because we're winning? So he asked Zelensky, did you buy yachts? Zelensky said no, and Tillis said, well, there you go. Probably he should have asked him about his other yachts and his four that we know of, mansions around the world. Miami, London, Paris, Alexandria, Egypt. How about the 400 million that he ripped off, that Burns, our CIA director, had to go tell him to stop ripping off the money we're sending to try to help your soldiers. This man is unconscionable, and it's time to leave him out in the cold for the sake of his own people. It has become entirely clear that Zelensky does not care how many young Ukrainians die, okay? 500,000 deaths of young people that he, a porno comedian, sent in the battle because he decided that he's a military genius. Okay? In a war, I told you I was going to come back to this, that was totally unnecessary. All that Zelensky had to do from the beginning, and he had a chance to do it in Istanbul, everything was set up for him to do it, was simply say to Putin, we will not join NATO and we will not allow the U.S. to turn Ukraine into an armed base to launch attacks against you, against Russia. That's it. And oh yeah, that he would stop killing the Russian-speaking population of Donbass. That's it. That's all he had to do. And we're told that he may have been even getting close to doing it until Boris Johnson, on behalf of Biden and the evil troika at the State Department, Nuland, Blinken, and Sullivan, whenever told him, don't do it. We're going to send you a whole bunch of money and weapons. You're going to get a lot of glory and power and be able to pad your pocket. And so he started sending those poor kids to their deaths over and over and over again in an unnecessary war. And now here he is again with his palm out, wanting more U.S. tax dollars. All the problems we have in this country, the homelessness, the people who, the highest mortgage rates in recent history, people not able to afford to keep their homes, going deeper into debt. And he wants us to send, and McConnell and Schumer want to send, more money over to the little grifter. And that brings us to the House of Representatives. Mike Johnson, who before he became Speaker was adamant about it. No more money for you. Now he's saying, well, if this, if that, there's no if. There are no ifs, ands, and buts. No more money to continue this disastrous war, which is costing those people their lives. It's over. It's done. It's lost. We have been lied to over and over and over again by Biden, the evil troika at the State Department, of course by Zelensky, by the U.S. media. It was never winnable, and now it is. The defeat is a done deed, and it's time to stop sending those young Ukrainians to their deaths. So join me out here in the cold, and let's put Zelensky out in the cold. Let's do this thing.